My first rejection letter came from University of Alabama. Hello, welcome to Lifestyle Facts with Chiso, and today we'll be talking about my college applications and the outcome of those applications. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for subscribing to this channel. Thank you, I really appreciate you. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel and you think this video is worth it after watching first 5 minutes or seconds of this video, please click on the subscribe button and subscribe to this channel. So let's go to the point. So apparently, as of last year, during my college application, quarter of the year, yes, I think second quarter of the year, that was the moment I started gathering stuff for my applications, gathering my transcripts, making research on schools that will match my portfolio that I have on my CV. You know how Nigerians we can be, how dedicated we can be when we want to go for something. That was me thinking that, oh, this year, okay, this is not my first time of trying to apply. I have tried to apply to schools in the past and it didn't work out as planned. So last year I was like, oh, this year I prepared very much for this stuff and there is no possible way that things will not work out the way I planned. That was me in my head, like, oh, this Japa, we have Japa already. I will see myself in whatever country that was already planning in my head. So that was me in my imagination. So let's get down to the point. I think I applied to, I'll try to list like 5 schools that I applied, but I did more than that anyway. So I applied to South Carolina, I applied to Ohio State University, I applied to Virginia Commonwealth University, I applied to University of Rochelle, I applied to University of Alabama. I think that's it. So you know the first step, people like tell you when you want to put up those applications, you try to like reach out to your professors, reach out to people within the department or within the field that you are applying to know if there is funding, because not just that I'm looking for admission. I was specific on the funding aspect, because the funding is going to determine if this admission is going to have head. I put up my applications. I was so prepared. I said that during that period, I started reaching out to my professors in my university. Okay, while I was in school, I tried to like be in good relationship with my professors, not because I had in mind that okay, they like this will come when I need their help. No, when it was time for my applications, I had to like reach out to them and ask them to recommend me for the course that I was going for. So a lot of they actually turned up, though it wasn't an easy job for them. I put up my applications and I won't say that I'm used to getting rejection letters, but when I start having doubts about a particular thing, at the end of the day, most of the time, if I'm having a doubt about a particular thing, most of the time it doesn't turn out okay. I don't know if it's the devil that is trying to play tricks with my head anyway, but that's most of the time. This is what I've come to notice about my life. So let's go back to the gist. So I put up my applications and waiting to first, you know, when you want to apply, you have to like reach out to many people, many college, many people that have applied before you, and they're like, oh, you just have to reach out to the professor, you just have to apply to school. And you know, okay, let me tell you, let me even be frank with you. Okay, if you're planning on applying, if you have once applied to schools in the United States or like outside the country as a Nigerian, you will know that the education system is different from our education system. It's not like we go and write jam and you wait for your results. Jam score determines a lot of things. It's not like that. There are a lot of things that could give you admission in, and I tried as much as possible to have a sweet CV. Like my CV is not empty. So because I have done my own assignments a little, to the best of my knowledge. So that being said, you had to pay application fee for all these applications. And this application fee, it's not like the exchange rate is cheap. Some schools will tell you to pay $100, some will tell you 80, some 45, some 60, some 150, depending on the school. And here you are, as a Nigerian, you already know the price range, you know the exchange rate of all of this, and you know the implication it has on your personal pockets. So the disappointment becomes greater if they didn't give you admission. But if you get admission, you say, okay, wow, the process is worth it, everything is worth it. But if you don't get admission and the whole thing, then your money has gone down the drain. So this was me, like, putting on application and like hoping, praying to God, like, God, please, I don't want any of this. I don't want my resources to go in vain. Okay, quite alright. Some of them I got the application fee waiver, thanks to God. Like, some I had to apply, attend the school webinar and graduate school opening stuff, and I was lucky enough I got school, application fee waiver. Then some I had to pay for the application fee. So at the end of the day, when we progressed down to December, January, that was the period some schools say sending out acceptance and rejection letter. So my first rejection letter came from University of Alabama. That school showed me shaking. University of Alabama, Richelieu University rejection letter. And I was just wondering what is it? Like, what have I done wrong so far that had made all the schools to reject me? And I came to the conclusion that sometimes it's not you. Sometimes you can be pursuing stuff that actually are not what God wants for you at that point. Sometimes delay is just a matter of God trying to withdraw you from a certain thing, a certain harm. Sometimes when you're trying to rush to something, God wants you to go through a certain process, and you are there. You are so pissed. Why is this thing not coming to me? Why have I not been in this level? Why have I not attained this height yet? Why God wants you to move and meet some certain people? He wants you to follow through a certain process, but you don't want to follow through that process because you're saying it with your normal human eye. I have read people's process this about their application, and one guy said some people didn't even have to try at all, and they got what they wanted to do, and some had to like go extra mile. Everybody is running their race in their own path. Like, someone else's success story does not necessarily mean that your own has to go through the same route. It's when you're trying to rush to something and God wants you to follow a certain process. He wants you to pass through a certain process, and then you are pushing it so hard. You are doing everything in your power. You are walking, you are running, you are flying at the same time, just to get to where you want to be. I had a rethink of the whole stuff. I was like, okay, is it that my recommendation letter was not all that entertaining, was not all that captivating, or was my statement of purpose, was it not all that okay? Or I was like, okay, even if one school didn't find it aligning with whatever, another school should find it now. It's the only me. So I had a lot of things like going on in my head, and I have come to a conclusion of it all. Sometimes God just wants you to pass through the process. Not like He doesn't want you to have what you are aspiring to get to, but He's preparing you that when you finally get what you are looking for, you will value it, you will recognize His presence. You will just know that it wasn't by your own accord, it wasn't by your power. The second lesson I learned about the whole application process was that the success story doesn't have to follow pattern. It does not have to follow pattern. It doesn't even have to obey instruction. It doesn't even have to follow whatever rule that they've set aside. Why am I saying this? Okay, you will see people, when you ask them about their experience, how do you get this thing done? And they will tell you what they did, how they got what they wanted done, how they got to the level that they were in. And you just see another set of people in the same field, and you ask them, okay, what did you do to get to this level? And they tell you they didn't do anything. Sometimes it comes out as pride, like, okay, they don't want to share, they don't want to do this. The truth is, I have witnessed it like firsthand, and I know that this is actually true. The success story doesn't have to follow pattern. It doesn't even have to follow any instruction. If it's going to happen for you, it's going to happen for you. I'm a full believer of this. I don't know for you, but this is what I've come to learn so far. Knowing that what will be, and begging God to align whatever, like, let it be that all the things that you are doing, it's not yourself. You're not pushing yourself too hard. Let it be that you're actually walking in the direction that He wants you to walk in. You're actually doing what He wants you to do. You're actually moving in the direction that He wants you. Like, at the end of the day, whether you go to school, whether you follow your college, whether you do anything, at the end of the day, let it be that you are aligning in his marked out plan for you. Whatever you are doing is aligning with what he has in store for you. That's the third lesson. Okay, my first lesson is, firstly, it's not usually you. Sometimes God is preparing you for the process. He's preparing you for the process. Not like you are not good enough, but he's preparing you for the process. Secondly, your success story doesn't have to follow a pattern. It doesn't have to obey any rule at all. Thirdly, knowing that what will be, and begging God to align whatever, like, let it be that all the things that you are doing, it's not yourself. You're not pushing yourself too hard. Let it be that you're actually walking in the direction that he wants you to walk in. You're actually doing what he wants you to do. You're actually moving in the direction that he wants you. Like, at the end of the day, whether you go to school, whether you further your college, whether you do anything, at the end of the day, let it be that you are aligning in his marked out plan for you. Whatever you are doing is aligning with what he has in store for you. That's the third lesson. Okay, my first lesson is, firstly, it's not usually you. Sometimes God is preparing you for the process. He's preparing you for the process. Not like you're not good enough, but he's preparing you for the process. Secondly, your success story doesn't have to follow a pattern. It doesn't have to obey any rule at all. Thirdly, let it be that whatever that you are doing is in alignment with what God wants to have in store for you. Because why is this particular point very, very important? It will be so shameful, it will be so draining, it will be so exhausting that you are toiling, you are moving mad, you are stressing, you are worrying, you are pressuring yourself, you are draining yourself, only to realize at the later stage of your life, 30, 20 years in future, that's where you are. All those things that you were doing, you were striving for, you were dragging yourself for, is not really what you want for yourself. There are different ways to success. It doesn't have to follow a particular pattern. It doesn't have to be like, okay, you have to go through this so you get here. No, you can even go through the roughest road for you to arrive at your destination. The most important thing is arriving at the right destination, the right place that you should be in. So thank you for watching. This is my story, and I hope this motivates someone. This is not the point of giving up, and this is not me trying to tell anybody to give up. This is me trying to motivate you. Don't see it at the point, don't see this video as a discouraging video. It should be a motivating video to strive, to push yourself, to motivate yourself to go the extra mile. Thank you for watching Lifestyle and Facts with Chisom. Remember to subscribe to my channel. On my channel, for my short videos, you will see amazing comedy content that you will likely love. And then on my long minute videos are very interesting reality talks. Thank you. Bye.